gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
At about 8:51 p.m., Murfreesboro Police Department and MTSU police responded to a shooting on campus and found two people suffering from gunshots near the tennis courts next to Murphy Center. One victim is deceased and the other is injured and in critical but stable condition. Shooting occurred as individuals were leaving a high school graduation being hosted on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University. MPD Criminal Investigation Division is working closely with Middle Tennessee State University Police, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office, and the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
Riverdale High School is one of our larger high schools. Typically, there's several hundred parents in attendance, but I don't have an exact number.
So guys, they're shooting up proms. The Super Gremlins are shooting up proms all across the country. Shooting up proms, shooting up graduations. And I wanted to make this video because we're about to get into some real crazy stuff. But that's how you can tell that the youth is pretty much gone. This was never an issue back in the day. The youth, it's over. All right. Their minds are already corrupt. Their first inclination is toward violence. And that's shown in the community every single day. These super teen gremlins are on demon time.
All right, we start the week with this. Family, friends, classmates, school leaders, all mourning the death of a teen. It happened just hours after he was killed after his junior prom last week.
Junior prom. Police are investigating after the teen was shot to death. WMAR 2 News' Brittany Werner spoke with school leaders at Carver Votech High School. And Brittany, they tell you that this is the second student that they have lost this year to violence here in Baltimore.
He was like always a shining bright spot in the school. He had a huge friend group. Staff loved him. Like, he was close to so many adults and students here.
Principal Shiante Somerville at Carver Votech High School says her junior student Jasmine Brunson, who many knew as Jazz, was one of her best students since he arrived in 9th grade.
I got a hug every time he saw me. You couldn't ask for a better kid. Like, he was it.
Through tears of sadness, she says the last time she saw him was last week at junior prom, and she had no idea that would be the last time she saw him alive.
I saw.
I mean, what can you do? You're at prom, having a great night, dancing with your chick. You know, you get wind that Bronny James Jr. takes a white chick to the prom, and you lit, okay? People are more worried that Bronny James took a white chick to the prom than they are about this young brother who was shot and killed after his. It's so crazy. The community is so twisted, so backwards. There won't be protests. There won't be any Black Lives Matter activists coming out there and trying to solve the situation or bring comfort to the family. No. It's obvious that Black lives don't matter to Black people. Okay? It's shown on this channel every day. And so when I do see these discussions particularly when it comes to the Bronny James situation or Black Lives Matter in general, it just seems so disingenuous because they only care when there's a white person involved.
Saw him Thursday night. I was at the prom. He looked really nice. And then I got the call on Friday morning.
Police say on Friday in East Baltimore, just after 3:30 in the morning, they responded near East Lafayette and Rutland Avenue, where Jasmine Brunson had been shot. It happened a few hours after his junior prom, and he was taken to the hospital where he later died from his injuries.
It's really hard because, you know, the Black males in Baltimore, it's not fair. They just don't get a chance.
You heard what she said. Let's run it back.
Injuries.
It's really hard because, you know, the Black males in Baltimore, it's not fair. They just don't get a chance.
The Black men in Baltimore don't get a chance. It's not fair. Who is not giving them a chance? Please let me know. Make me aware of the entity that is not giving these Black men a chance at life. And then where are all the Black women to come and comfort this woman while she's mourning? Okay? Where are the Black women who are talking about protect Black women? Are they going to step up and, you know, give this woman a helping hand? No. They don't care. Nobody does. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Principal Somerville says Jas was studying carpentry with construction and had aspirations of not only graduating from high school one day, but from college as well.
He won't get that chance next year. His family, the teachers, his friends, everybody, that is what we want. We want it for him, same as we want for all of our students.
And sadly, this is the second time this year her students and staff have been forced to deal with the harsh reality of losing a student to gun violence in Baltimore City.
This school year, we lost a 9th grader a couple months ago. He was subject of violence in Baltimore as well.
That 9th grader was 15-year-old Braylon Gannon, who died after being shot in the head. However, people who live in the area where last week's shooting happened also torn after learning it was a teenager who was killed.
Yeah, I heard about it. I mean, my uncle live around here, so he had called me that night, making sure everybody was okay. And to find out it was a kid, that was very, heartbreaking.
School officials, however, providing additional support from social workers and psychologists to help everyone deal with this loss while leaning on each other for comfort.
We give a lot of hugs. We always want the students to know that there is somebody in that building that they can go to and talk to, and we will definitely get them the help that they need.
Brittany Verner, WMAR 2 News.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting
just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured, but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here for these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo.
Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't
He
me.
just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit
Yeah,
on.
that's that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Just
Hey,
Clayton Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Baltimore's violence takes another life. A 17-year-old boy killed on the night of his junior prom. A time to celebrate, now turning into a time to mourn for his loved ones. Tonight, we have complete team coverage of the crime crisis facing our city as Baltimore continues its
bottom right corner, cold.
deadly path of seeing more than 300 people killed in a year.
Let's begin with Keith Daniels. And Keith, you spoke with the mother of Jay Brunson Jr. What happened to Jay, and what did his mother say?
Well, Kyle, I can tell you, we're told that the young victim in this case was not known to police, had never been arrested. And according to his family, he was focused on school and boxing.
Wow, man. What do I always tell you guys? The best of us take out the worst of us. You literally can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make it up. And I literally have guys in my comment section. Why are you saying super gremlin? Get at Kodak Black, bro. I didn't make the term up. But it still stands to be true to this day. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Tonight, the search is on for his killer. Tiffany Hare is a mother who's lost her son. Fueling her grief now are burning questions.
I want to know what was his last words, his last conversation.
So obviously, this brother was a sun glider, okay? And it doesn't look like his mama had much white privilege, okay? Obviously, sending him to a school in the community. She loses her son because he's, you know, he's in quote unquote proximity. So I'm trying to figure out where the right white privilege, like when can she pull out her white privilege card and be like, hey, you know, bring my son back to life. Somebody, please let me know in the comments.
I want to know why they did that to my son.
Jasmine Brunson Jr., known as Jay to his family, is dead. Shot and killed at a party at an Airbnb on East Lafayette Avenue near Rutland Avenue. His mother says he had just gone to his junior prom last Thursday night. Police got the call to the shooting just after 3:30, early Friday morning.
He was everything to me. He was a great kid. I miss him so much. I just can't believe he's gone.
Brunson was a student at Carver Vocational Technical High School in West Baltimore. His English teacher, Christian Miller, said on Facebook, "He is a student I admire most. The example he set made him a leader in the school community." Hare says Brunson liked school and loved boxing in the ring at Upton Boxing Center in West Baltimore most days after school.
And let me tell you something, guys, there's a lot of jealousy in the community too, because he was doing so well, because he was a leader, because he was boxing and involved in extracurricular activities. He was willing to put his hands up and fight like a man. Okay. He didn't resort to gunplay off rip. The jealousy that he was mixed. There's a lot of jealousy when it comes to black men and mixed kids. Don't act like this is not a thing. Don't act like this is not a thing. You start seeing the mixed kids getting all the chicks, and he boxing and he doing his thing. He's a leader in the school. A lot of the young girls are gravitating toward him, and the brothers, they getting jealous. They're getting jealous. Not saying that the brothers can't pull either, but that is an element to maybe why this occurred. There's a lot of jealousy within the psyche of the super gremlin on demon time
and weekends. At Upton tonight, heartbreak.
It was just tears overflowed because it happened to a good guy. It was like the funeral was here Friday. That's how it felt like.
Brunson is among those killed in Baltimore amid the recent unrelenting violence gripping the city. As of Monday morning, police reported 125 homicides so far this year, with 255 people hurt in shootings so far this year. The mother of one of the latest victims, struggling to understand how the violence touched her home.
I don't understand why this happened to him because I'm not going to say nobody deserves it, but I know for a fact my son didn't do nothing to deserve this.
Well, if you have any information about this case, you're urged to call police. You can call Metro Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous and could be eligible for a cash reward. We're live at City Police Headquarters. Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
Takes another. Baltimore's violence takes another life. A 17-year-old boy killed on the night of his junior prom. A time to celebrate, now turning into a time to mourn for his loved ones. Tonight, we have complete team coverage of the crime crisis facing our city as Baltimore continues its deadly path of seeing more than 300 people killed in a year.
Let's begin with Keith Daniels. And Keith, you spoke with the mother of Jay Brunson Jr. What happened to Jay, and what did his mother say?
Well, Cal, I can tell you, we're told that the young victim in this case was not known to police, had never been arrested. And according to his family, he was focused on school and boxing. But tonight, the search is on for his killer. Tiffany Hare is a mother who's lost her son. Fueling her grief now are burning questions.
I want to know what was his last words, his last conversations. I want to know why they did that to my son.
Jasmine Brunson Jr., known as Jay to his family, is dead. Shot and killed at a party at an Airbnb on East Lafayette Avenue.
See, they making the Airbnbs hot, bruh. The Super Gremlins always messing up the damn business.
Rutland Avenue. His mother says he had just gone to his junior prom last Thursday night. Police got the call to the shooting just after 3:30, early Friday morning.
He was everything to me. He was a great kid. I miss him so much. I just can't believe he's gone.
Brunson was a student at Carver Vocational Technical High School in West Baltimore. His English teacher, Christian Miller, said on Facebook, "He is a student I admire most. The example he set made him a leader in the school community." Hare says Brunson liked school and loved boxing. In the ring at Upton Boxing Center in West Baltimore most days after school and weekends. At Upton tonight, heartbreak.
It was just tears overflowed because it happened to a good guy. It was like the funeral was here Friday. That's how it felt like.
Brunson is among those killed in Baltimore amid the recent unrelenting violence gripping the city. As of Monday morning, police reported 125 homicides so far this year, with 255 people hurt in shootings so far this year. The mother of one of the latest victims struggling to understand how the violence touched her home.
I don't understand why this happened to him because I'm not going to say nobody deserves it, but I know for a fact my son didn't do nothing to deserve this.
Well, if you have any information about this case, you're urged to call police. You can call Metro Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous and could be eligible for a cash reward. We're live at City Police Headquarters. Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. All right, guys. So I wanted to do a live today. As you guys know, we do lives every Monday and Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I wanted to cover this mass shooting that happened at this warehouse in Maryland. But before that, let's get some things out of the way. Guys, we have the merch. We've got the merch. We got the merch. So make sure you guys go and check the merch out. Okay. We got his and hers BGZM News 17 shirts. All right. So we're going to start off with something light, something simple. But these shirts are actually pretty good quality. They fit well. and their exclusive cotton, if you will. So very good right there. We got the merch. It's in the description box if you want to cop some of the merch. But there was a mass shooting in Maryland. We are going to check it out because it's pretty crazy. A trooper ended up getting shot as well. So I'm just going to show you guys some clips from there. Give us a background on what's going on out there. I think they said they had the suspect in custody. I'm not sure who that suspect is, but I'm sure we'll figure out soon. But man, there's so much going on, so many different shootings. I'm trying to cover it all, guys. I'm trying to cover it all. But I do have some premieres still coming out. I hope you guys are liking the premiere, so let me know. We did have some super chats earlier, some super traps rather earlier. So I'll read these super traps and then we will go ahead and be on our way into the stream. All right. So Cyrus Cherry puts $5 on the super trap. He says it's the super gremlin version of Carrie. By the way, when are you normally live to read the chat? So I'm normally live on Monday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But shout out to Cyrus Cherry for the $5 super trap. B-More1990 says Super Gremlins running wild in Baltimore. Yeah, that's a fact. And that's it. Oh no, we got one more. We got Cyrus Cherry putting another $5 on the super trap. He says, have you noticed that anyone who claims white people are holding us back commit the same actions against black people? They full of hate, bro. Yeah, that's some real shit, bro. That is some real shit, man. You have these sisters out here. You have these sisters out here who are, claiming the oppression. They're claiming the victim card. And then they're going out and getting niggas killed, like the trouble situation. Okay. So, and then you obviously, these super gremlins are going to do what they're going to do. So they killing 100 miles per hour. All right. That's a given. But you would think that when it comes to business, black business especially, people would tighten up. And I could tell you guys, at being a brother out here in the community and running a black business, I can tell you one thing. That's why I don't like, doing things in person. That's why I don't like doing things, going and because there's a degree of separation. And what do I mean by that? I don't know what it is, but when you're doing business with other people in the community, man, I don't know, man. They just do you dirty, bro. And it's sad to say, bro. It really is. And I know any person who's black and owns a business, you know what I'm talking about, man. I went through some shit this week, and I'm not going to speak on it specifically. Okay, I'm not going to speak on it specifically because I don't like playing the victim mindset, even when I have been victimized. Okay? Let me repeat that. I don't like pulling the victim card even when I have been victimized. But let me tell you what, I'm going to tell you a story. All right. Okay. As you guys know, I do run several businesses, and I'm not going to tell you which business this went down in, but I gave some services to a woman, a sister, a single mom. Okay. And everything is good. We're working for a month. Okay. She's spending money. She's spending it on time most of the time. And then when it gets down to the wire, I'm actually extending her some grace. So she's saying, okay, hey, I need a couple days to pay for this, pay for that, because I'm behind or whatnot, or my card won't, whatever excuse she was making. Oh, my card won't go through, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, okay, cool. You can pay, tomorrow. And then the next day comes, and the next day comes. Next thing you know, I'm texting her. My messages aren't delivering anymore. Okay. Um, she basically ghosted me, bro. And she owes like $250. All right. $250. And it's not much, but I was being nice. I was extending grace, giving her, services and whatnot. Okay. And it ain't no sexual shit, guys. I see y'all in the comment section. Y'all funny. It ain't no sexual shit. It's legit business. Okay. And I was providing her a service. And she ran off with $225 worth of, or $250 worth of that work. So, it makes me feel like crap. Well, it doesn't make me feel like crap, but it makes me feel bad because I'm like, okay, how do I move in the future? Okay. How do I move doing business in the future, providing this service in the future? And it kind of tells me, yo, should I, what was the common denominator in this situation and other situations where people didn't pay back? And unfortunately, it's looking like the community is doing bad business. Okay. And this doesn't bring me joy to say. I've had multiple situations where this has happened. And, me personally, I don't want to go through a situation like this again. So the only thing that I could think of is, okay, I'm not fin to provide these services to this certain demographic. And I don't want to be like that. Okay. And I try not to be like that. But experiences like this make you feel like that. Right. And this is a sister who's, single mother, and I'm doing everything that I can to communicate with her, to make her, to let her know that, hey, boom, I'm extending you some grace. I was in communication with her daughter. I was in communication with other family members. And what it is, guys, especially sisters who are older than you, this is what I've seen. Okay. Unfortunately, it's like they look at you and then they don't respect what you're doing. That's really what it comes down to. And it isn't like I went out of my way to be disrespectful. I never disrespected, even when she ran off with the bread. I never sent no nasty message. Hey, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, or you know what I'm saying? But what it is when they see another brother and they see a younger brother, okay, doing a lot better than them, they take advantage of that, and they don't respect your business, and they think that they can get away with it just because, oh, we black, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was texting back and forth with her, she said this thing that stood out to me. She said, oh, well, I done spent 2 bands with you this month. And I'm like, bitch, just because you spent 2 bands, I didn't say this, but in my head, I'm like, that does not mean that all the services in the future is free. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that all the services in the future are free. Like, you spent $2,000. Congratulations. You spent $2,000 and I gave you $2,000 worth of service. So it's an equal exchange. But she felt entitled. She felt entitled to my services because she had already spent money with me, which makes no sense. That's like going to Walmart and every week spending money on groceries. And then when the recession hit, oh, well, I done spent 5 bands with Walmart in the last 6 months. Like, what type of sense does that make? But see, they respect Walmart. Why? Because it's not a black business. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because it's not a black business. Look at Slutty Vegan. The niggas ran into the Slutty Vegan in Atlanta. When I saw that story, you know what I did? I went to Slutty Vegan the next week and dropped $100 on food. I ain't even eat it all. I just did that because I wanted to support. But a lot of us are not like that, and that's some shit that got to change. And we talk about solutions, and then we talk about the no solutions gang. Okay, let me know where you guys are at when it comes to the solution shit. Are you solutions gang or no solutions gang? Okay, I'm gonna put a poll in the chat to see where y'all are at with this shit, because it's really hurtful, man. And you know, I'm a really nice guy. I consider myself a good guy, you know, a decent guy. Like, I stand up on my shit. Like, there's nobody who could say I owe them anything, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I take responsibility for my shit. And it makes you feel fucked up, because the people in your own community, I feel like they can take advantage of you and do bad business with you, when knowing damn well they will not do bad business with the not even the white man, with the Indian man, with the Asian man. They ain't going in these motherfuckers. Well, they are hitting licks on the wig stores. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, those sisters love their wigs and they weaves, so they definitely hitting licks on the weave stores. I ain't gonna lie. But most of the time they going in and paying and being a paying customer at the liquor store. Even though we know every now and then niggas is you know, running in the liquor store and jacking the liquor store, but most of the time they'll go in there and pay they damn $40, $50 for a bottle of Crown. Okay. But I guarantee if a black man owned that business, or a black man was even behind the fucking cash register, they gonna give him some type of shit, bro. They gonna give him some type of shit, man. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not like super like in my feelings about this shit, but it makes you want to cry, man. It really does, bro. Like, I'm really being genuine on this shit, bro. It really makes you want to cry, all right? It makes you upset, because I shouldn't feel like I have to be extra cautious when I'm dealing with my own people. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Performa with the $10 super trap. He says, I lent $50 to a sister. I gave her a month to pay me back. I hit her up about the bread. She started cursing me out and blocked me. This is our queens, fella. Hey. Hey, if you lending $50 to a sister, I know for a fact.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
I know for a fact my nigga Performer is outside. Hey, that's some real shit, though. Why is that, man? Why is that? You go and try and collect the money, and she curse you out. She curse you out. Okay? They curse you out and act like you're the issue. You're the problem. That's gaslighting. And we got these people out here. This is why it's so hard for me to like feel some type of bad for for these people who try and play the victim mindset and whatnot, because I know in y'all personal life, y'all are doing people dirty, man. That's just what it is, okay? I know in y'all personal life, y'all doing people dirty, okay? And that's the facts. Like, the reason why, and this is going to be a hot take. It's going to be a hot take. Shout out to CA with the $4.99 super trap. He or she says, hugs, Gen Z.
Oh, say less.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna need it. But like I was saying, guys, it don't make no sense. And this is gonna be a hot take, but at least nowadays they're asking why can't we get our credit right? Why are black people more prone to having lower credit ratings and lower credit scores just based off of the color of their skin? It's not that, bro. It's that niggas don't pay people back. There. I said it. And this is the unfortunate reality that we have to overcome. Okay? This is what we got to overcome. You got to pay your shit back, bro. You got to pay your shit back. People wonder why there's such a huge SYSBM movement, divestment movement from the sisters. Like, we have so many different movements, and they talk about white flight. What about black flight? Successful black men and women who are leaving the community. Why are they leaving the community? Because these motherfuckers make it inhabitable. Okay? And not only when it comes to living, just a sense of peace. Like, when in any of these major cities, you go and you ask the elderly, hey, do you feel safe? No, they don't feel safe, man. They can't even lay their head down at night without feeling like they have to dodge a bullet. I just did a story where I think it was in New York or something like that. The woman had to move her whole room from the window because she wants to avoid gunshots coming in the window. Okay. And this don't have nothing to do with paying people back and paying what you owe and being a stand-up person and being a person of your word. But I mean, it's almost like we just doing it the wrong way on every single level. Okay? Every single level. It's not even crime. It's not even just crime. That's the fucking problem. It's not even just crime. Okay? Because this woman, she has kids. She got a son, a daughter, and she's raising her daughter to be a low down, dirty motherfucker like she is. Okay, so let me put the poll in. The question is, are there any solutions to the current state of the community? It's going to be simple, just like that. Yes, there's always hope. And then the other one is going to be no solutions gang. All right, guys. I want to know what you guys think. But I mean, I definitely want to hear your guys' stories. Am I just tripping? Am I just like, am I the only one? Am I the only black business owner who says, hey, man, when it comes to doing business with our people, I'm going to have to get my bread somewhere else? Am I the only person? Is that just me? Cyrus Cherry puts $10 on the super chat. He says, I feel your pain. Black hurt does hurt even for those of us not active in the community. It's like they want to hurt your soul. Been there with church and a HBCU. I feel like an alien amongst my people. SMH. Yeah, man, that's fucked, bro. That's fucked. And it's like, I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to feel like that. I want somebody to change my mind. I want somebody to change my mind on a behavior solution, because we know the solution to the crime is lock all these motherfuckers up. I mean, that's the solution that we have right here in our face right now. Lock all the evildoers up, because that's what it is. Okay. It's so many people out here who are just doing evil in every different way. And it's so much, not only crime, but just straight up bad business going on. And I'm not saying you can't have bad business with other demographics, but it definitely hurts worse when you got bad business within your own people. And me personally, I haven't had this same experience with other demographics. And I do a lot of business, and I do a lot of good business. I do a lot of real business, but isn't that fucked up? That's sad. It makes, you know what I'm saying? Like, how could it be that I'm a well-rounded person when it comes to business, and then when I do business with people who look like me, that it's like they always trying to get up on you. Or it's always like they, like when you do good business for a little bit, and then they feel entitled to the business like it's their shit. So me personally, okay, I'm through. I'm done. That sister, that single mother sister, that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. Okay. I am not going to be the person to brand any of my businesses a quote unquote black business. And I'm never going to go out and say, oh, support black business. Okay. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to brand myself in that way because, and this is not, and this ain't for, this is for us. Cause I know the second that I say, oh, this is a black business, support black business, then motherfuckers are going to assume it within the community. Nobody else outside the community, like, they don't even know until they know, okay? But within the community, they are going to think that they can cut corners with me because I am a black man, all right? And it is what it is, man. So I'm done. When it comes to business, I'm divested. You know? And you know what? I feel a sense of release, okay? Or relief in knowing that, yo, if I can avoid these situations, unless it's somebody I know like intimately and personally, then I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't. For one, it's not fair for me to continue to take losses on account of trying to do right by my people. I'm gonna take a loss. Like, this is where niggas get it fucked up. I'm not finna take no loss based off of I'm just trying to do right by my people. I'm trying to help the sister out. Fuck. Hell nah, bruh. All right. So let's get it. Hold on. Can y'all hear this? Or is this just, oh, this is just aerial view. So this is the warehouse in Baltimore. Let's see. I can't really see what that says. But somebody shot this mug up. Now, I don't know who it was. Okay. We don't know who it was. But since they have the guy in custody and they haven't identified him yet or put his face out there or name out there, it kind of makes me think that it might end up being a super gremlin on demon time. So let's get into it. A man opened fire at the manufacturing business in rural Western Maryland on Thursday, killing 3 people before the suspect and state trooper were wounded in a shootout, authorities said. The Washington County Sheriff's Office said in a news release that the 3 victims were found dead at Columbia Machine Inc. in Smithburg, and a 4th victim was critically injured. Okay, so let's get into Columbia Machine Inc. And guys, we're doing all this research live. I want to show you guys where this is at. All right. So we're gonna look up this company. All right, so let's see. Columbia Smithburg is ready to be your premier partner for all mold manufacturing parts and repair needs, offering full service and full cycle capabilities to keep your plant producing. So it looks like they create molds for plant or for different other companies. Let's see, acquisitions of assets of Bickle Manufacturing. So they just acquired another company located in Smithburg, Maryland. Bickle Manufacturing is a recognized leader in big board mold repair. Oh, mold. Okay, I thought they were creating moldings, but I guess it's mold repair and manufacturing services providers to many customers in the Northeast. Bickle employees have been hired by Columbia Machine, allowing the business to carry on without missing a day of operations or a customer commitment. Columbia Machine intends to grow the business as a regional support center for mold repair, East Coast manufacturing services, and as a part depot for Columbia customers in the region. Our customers have been asking us to provide mold repair capabilities and regional parts support on the East Coast. We have been searching for the ideal location, capabilities, and people to bring this to fruition for a couple of years, said Good, moving into the Bickle facility. Acquiring the assets and hiring the employees ensures our ability to meet customer demands quickly and efficiently. So it looks like, they're a legit company. Let's see. Columbia Machine is a fourth generation, privately held, worldwide leader in the design, manufacturing, and support of factory automation equipment solutions for a variety of industries with customers in over 100 countries around the world. Primary business units include batching and mixing solutions, concrete products. Okay, so it is like manufacturer molding. I thought it was like mold as in like mold in your house or some shit. Equipment solutions, production equipment molds, bag filling and handling technology, mechanical palletizing, mechanical palletizing machines, robotic palletizing solutions, conveyor system solutions, pallet load transfer solutions, and manufacturing services. The Columbia Group of Companies has manufacturing facilities on 4 continents with over 1,000 team members worldwide, focused on world-class engineered solutions and customer services. So they're a legit company. They're a legit company. All right. Shout out to Dat Hit with the $5 super trap. She says, if America were to bring back overnight seg, okay, we see what you're saying. How do you think blacks would function? Do you think pre-integration mindset would kick in? No, bro. No. Or no, sis. So she's basically asking, yo, if there was to be, which I mean, isn't it odd how black people are now asking for segregation? I mean, we really are. Okay, if you go on college campuses, they have like these multicultural facilities and whatnot, and it's supposed to be. There was this one story that came out where these sisters, well, they weren't even sisters, they were like, I don't know, they were some type of melanated, but they were pressing this white dude for being in the multicultural center. And I'm like, yo, so, 60 years ago, we're over here fighting for integration. Then we get it. And then now we're back to asking for segregation. Because that's really what the fuck a lot of people are asking for in the community without actually saying it. Okay. They just don't want to say the word segregation because segregation is it's equated to racism. Okay. So but that's basically what a lot of the people in the community have been asking for. Okay. And they do it on Twitter too, with Black Twitter. Like every college you go to, there's like a B university, right? So at the University of Georgia, there was a bugger. So there was Black UGA. At University of Maryland, you know what I'm saying? There's a bum, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Which is a Black University of Maryland. Or so they it's like they create a HBCU within the PWI and separate themselves. But if there was an opposite, right? Like a white, like, and you don't see other races doing that, or at least outwardly, blatantly. Okay. Like, there were a lot of Koreans when I went to college. There were a lot of Indians when I went to college. And yes, they stuck together, but they didn't go and say, oh, this is IUGA or this is, KUGA or KUGA, right? They didn't do that. But I don't know, like for some reason, Black people felt the need that we had to create a Black UGA. All right. And there was like a hierarchy within the whole shit. It was a whole bunch of like social situations. And I did fuck with Bugga, but at the same time, it was easy to point out the hypocrisy with that. Shout out to Performa20 with the $5 super trap. He says, careful, Gen Z, you straying too far from the plantation. I know, right?
Oh, say less.
Right. But let's see. The suspect then fled in a vehicle and was tracked down by Maryland State Police. According to the news release, the suspect and a trooper were wounded in an exchange of gunfire. The sheriff's office said both were being treated for their injuries. Governor Larry Hogan, who was briefed on the shooting, said that the man opened fire on troopers before at least one officer returned fire and wounded the suspect. So what kind of stands out to me in this story, and we don't know who the suspect is, we don't know what he looks like, but what makes me think, okay, it's kind of leaning toward a brother, is that he fled the scene. Now, that could be a glider, the fact that he was able to get away with it, but usually if they do some shit like that, they just gonna they just gonna murk themselves. Honestly, from what I've seen, like they'll just like delete themselves. If they kill 3 people, they know they finna do prison time. They ain't really trying to do that prison time, but it looks like the brother was on some, or whoever this was feeling like he could have got away with it. And we all know that in the community, there are a lot of people getting away with these murders, but at a big business like this, I'm not so sure. But shout out to Cyrus Cherry with the $5 super trap. He says, my biggest mistake at hbcu.trauma.go to a black school, enter a white workforce, then complain about everything for life. Right. Yeah, man. And there is the thing with the HBCUs, I'm not knocking them per se, but like I said, there is a security issue at the HBCUs. Okay. There is a security issue at the HBCUs. And by the way, shout out to Instagram. We're streaming live on Instagram. So make sure you guys, follow the Instagram. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, we do have the other, I should have did this in the beginning of the stream, but we do have the other channel. So I'll introduce you guys to the other channel when I finish this article right quick. But the suspect fired and shot the state trooper in the shoulder, who then returned fire and shot at him. So to me, that sounds like, I don't know, man. It's hard because it's like a lot of these brothers ain't really connecting. When they shooting all wild and shit, they not really connecting. But then he hit the officer in the shoulder. So I don't know. It's hard to tell on this one. Family members of workers at the manufacturer were gathering at a fire station in downtown Smithsburg Thursday evening, waiting for information on their loved ones. They declined to speak to a reporter. Several hours after the shooting, numerous law enforcement officers remained at the scene. Police had closed off the road that runs past the Columbia Machine Inc. facility, and yellow tape blew in the wind outside the business. Messages left seeking comment with the company weren't immediately returned. Smithsburg, a community of nearly 3,000 people, is just west of the Camp David presidential retreat and about 75 miles northwest of Baltimore. The manufacturing facility, was in a sparsely populated area northeast of town center with a church, several businesses, and farmland nearby. Okay, so that's that story on that. Let me see if I can get some more news clips. Okay, we definitely got this. So we got this CBS thing. They're going to get us updated, man. Hopefully they are going to give us a suspect. But I do want to introduce you guys to the new channel. Okay, I do want to introduce you guys to the new channel. So I am going to share my screen right quick. So bear with me. So here you go, guys. Make sure you go and subscribe to the new channel, BGZM News 17. This is going to be a channel that I'm going to post content. It's going to be no commentary, all right? So I can punch out more of this content because I think that you guys should be made aware of all of these stories. And I'm not able to hit them all. I'm really not, guys. I'm really not. So I'm not able to hit all of these stories. So I wanted to make another channel that I could hit them, and it's not going to take too much of my time. Okay, so guys, make sure you go to BGZM News 17 on Instagram and on YouTube. The YouTube videos will be posted. The Instagram videos will be posted. We're trying to spread awareness. At this point, that's all we can do. Spread awareness, all right? And then we'll see if somebody takes notice, okay? We'll see if somebody takes notice. But yeah, guys, definitely make sure you go subscribe. I definitely want to see at least, we got 85 people in here. I want to see at least 50 subs. At least 50 subs, guys. 50 subs on BGZM News 17 by the end of this stream, and I'll be happy. But anyways, let us go ahead and get into this shooting at this warehouse. All right.
Maryland, 6 o'clock, following that breaking news out of Western Maryland. 3 confirmed dead in a workplace shooting at Columbia Machine Manufacturing, this in Smithsburg.
The injured include a trooper who was shot in the shoulder, and Washington County deputies say the suspect, quote, is no longer a threat to the community. Hello, everybody. I'm Kelsey Kushner.
And I'm Rick Ritter. Welcome to those of you watching.
Damn, Kelsey. She tough.
On CBS News Baltimore, and of course, right here on WJZ TV. We're going to hear from Annie Rose Ramos in just a little bit. She's going to have a live report coming from Washington County. But about 5 minutes ago, we heard from the Washington County Sheriff, who confirmed some new details for us tonight. We know 3 people killed in this shooting, 1 in critical condition. The suspect and a Maryland state trooper, they exchanged gunfire. And we're told both of them are currently being treated. Let's head out to the scene right now where Annie Rose Ramos just got done listening to that press conference. She has the very latest. Annie Rose.
Rick and Kelsey, we are a few blocks from Bickle Road. That is the scene of where all of this shooting took place at around 2:30 this afternoon. We just heard moments ago from the Washington County Sheriff's Department. She tells us that around 2:30, her deputies responded to reports of a shooting at Columbia Manufacturing. This is a manufacturing plant on Bickle Road. Once they got there, they found 3 deceased, 3 victims who were killed from gunshots, and they found a 4th victim who was in critical condition. But by then, once they got to Columbia, the suspect had already fled. Deputies immediately released a description of the suspect, and just a few moments later, the suspect encountered a state trooper. Those 2
Wow, so they did give a description of the suspect. I haven't seen that in any of the news clips. Guys, if you know who did this, man, put it in the chat, because I do want to see if we can find a picture. But I do have the police press conference, so they might tell us what's going on. But it is a lot going on right now, guys.
exchanged gunfire, and both of them were shot. Both of them received injuries. Now, we understand from Governor Hogan that that state trooper was actually shot in the shoulder. The deputy here, the sergeant here, tells me that both of them are receiving medical attention, and that suspect, who we do understand is a man, is now in custody. Now, Rick and Kelsey, we also know that Columbia Manufacturing Plant is right next to a daycare center that is inside of a church. That daycare center was on lockdown at the time that the deputies responded, but thankfully, as of right now, officials tell us that there is no threat to the community because that suspect is now in custody. Now, Rick and Kelsey, we understand there has been a widespread response of agencies, both local and state. The ATF is here, the FBI is here, and of course you have state police here along with deputies. Now, I want to toss to a little bit more of what this spokesperson had to say here from Washington County Sheriff's Department.
The suspect fled the scene prior to law enforcement's arrival. The description was quickly released to the additional responding units, and the vehicle was encountered by a Maryland State Police trooper. And that encounter happened in the area of Mapleville Road and Mount Etna Road. Gunshots were exchanged between the suspect and the trooper. Both were injured and transported for medical treatment.
The only thing, well, the main thing that makes me think that this could have been a glider was that when he shot it out with the cops, he actually hit what he was shooting at. Okay, he hit the cop in the shoulder. Shit. We all see, you know, a lot of these super gremlins don't have aim. So, and it sounds like a very rural area. But I'm interested to see, man, what was the motive? Like, why did he go out there and air it out? So it's going to be interesting, guys. But I do have the police conference that I'll pull up next.
Now, Rick and Kelsey, to give you a better idea and perspective about what's going on here at the scene, you've got one scene at Columbia Manufacturing Plant on Bickle Road, just a few miles away. And then you have another scene. That is where the suspect apprehended. And remember, that state trooper exchanged gunfire with the suspect, and the 2 were shot, and they're both receiving medical attention. And that is where the suspect was placed into custody. Rick and Kelsey, I spoke to a neighbor who was here, who wanted to come over here and listen to what the Sheriff's Department had to say. They say this is so unorthodox. Driving in here from Baltimore, you see the rolling hills. It is a quiet and quaint town here in Smithsburg. This is something residents here have never seen before. Reporting live, I'm Annie Rose Ramos for WJZ.
So, wow, this definitely shook up their community. She said residents never seen this before. All right. I'm still trying to get the ID. Still trying to get the ID. Let's see. Actually, we might have something here. We might have something here. Oh, never mind. I seen this one picture of this dude getting out of the car, but it's not him. It's not him, guys. So anyways, let's get into it. I'm gonna play the police conference, see what Shorty talking about, see if she can give us some more details. Like I said, this is breaking news, guys. Like the video, vote on the poll, guys.
Okay, for those of you who did not already talk to me, my name is Sergeant Carly Hose. It's spelled C-A-R-L-Y. Last name H-O-S-E. I am the Public Information Officer for the Washington County Sheriff's Office. I am going to give you a brief overview of the information we are releasing so far in reference to the incident that we had earlier. Today at approximately 2:30 p.m., the Washington County Sheriff's Office responded to Columbia Machine, Inc., which is located at 12912 Bickle Road, Smithsburg, Maryland, for reports of an active shooter. Units immediately responded and located 4 victims, 3 of which were deceased at the scene, and 1 who was critically injured and transported. The suspect fled the scene prior to law enforcement's arrival. The description was quickly released to the additional responding units, and the vehicle was encountered by a Maryland State Police trooper. And that encounter happened in the area of Mapleville Road and Mount Etna Road. Gunshots were exchanged between the suspect and the trooper. Both were injured and transported for medical treatment. Multiple federal agencies, including the FBI and ATF, have responded to assist in this investigation. There's no confirmed active threat to the community in reference to this incident, and more information will be released as the investigation continues.
The suspect, did he work at this facility? Like, what's the relationship between the suspect and this facility?
As you can imagine, this is an ongoing investigation. I know everybody has a lot of specific questions that we currently don't have the information to release at this time.
Did the shooting happen inside the factory and or victims' employees at the factory?
In reference to employment and whatnot, I don't have that to confirm. That's something that we're going to go back and be able to get that question answered for everybody. And the exact location of where on the property it happened, I don't have that to report right now.
Can you say anything about a possible motive of, or if there was any kind of warning ahead of time that this person was going to do something or anything like that? Any calls?
In reference to the suspect, any possible motives, like I said, this is an ongoing investigation. This incident just happened at 2:30 this afternoon. Our investigators are working diligently to get those questions answered, but I do not have them for release currently.
Do you have the suspect's name, and is he from this area?
I do not have information to release to you about the suspect currently.
Do you have any age, sex, or anything of that nature?
I do not have age, name, sex to release on the suspect. I can say the suspect was a male.
What are the conditions of the trooper?
Wait, she said she couldn't release the sex, but then she said he was a male. Are we sure? Did you might have misgendered him? You know, did you ask him what he identified as? Seriously?
And the suspects.
Any questions in reference to the incident between the trooper and suspect out at Mapleville Road have to be directed to the Maryland State Police Public Information Officer. They are going to be handling the follow-up information in reference to that portion of this incident.
We're hearing that Hagerstown Hospital is on lockdown. Is that because the suspect is there right now?
Any questions in reference to the hospital status will have to be directed to Meritus Medical Center.
Can you say what was going on inside the business at that time at 2:30 in the afternoon? Would it have been busy with employees and business activity?
In reference to what business was being conducted at that time, who was there, those are pieces of the puzzle that our investigators are currently putting together right now.
Any idea of at least who fired first?
Any questions in reference to the incident involving the trooper will have to be directed to Maryland State Police.
Damn, I mean, has she answered any questions? Like, what the fuck is the point of allowing the media to ask questions if you ain't giving up shit?
I have a question. You know, obviously there have been a lot of mass shootings that have been happening all across the country, and then we have one that happens in a small town like this one. As somebody in law enforcement, what do you make of this?
My job right now is to report to you in the community the facts of what we're handling right now. Opinions and things like that I'm not going to go into because that is not my job.
Damn, she cold. She ain't answering nothing. She's shutting every question down.
Job right now is to let the community know, let you guys know what happened and where we're at currently with the investigation, and to continue to brief you as we go through, because like I said, this is an ongoing investigation. Our detectives are working diligently to put the pieces of the puzzle together so we're able to fill the community in on what happened.
Any message to at least the community? I understand there was a shooting outside the strip mall yesterday. The idea of, you have 2 back-to-back incidents like this. At least a message you'd like to relate to that?
I can tell you the incidents are not related. Okay. And any active threat to our community in reference to this incident, there is none.
Did you say what kind of gun or guns was armed with?
No, that's not information that I have to release at this time. Like I said, this is an ongoing investigation. This is very early in the investigation. So I give.
She is not answering a damn question. Like, I got more from that, I don't know, 250-word article than I am from the damn police chief.
And the information that we have to release, we will put out more information at a later time as well.
Can you provide information on the victims? You said 3 are dead. Do you know if they're male, female, or approximate ages that you can provide us with?
Y'all funny in the chat. Man said, have you seen Miss Marvel, Carly? Oh my God.
I don't have that currently. That's something we can try to work on for follow-up. Okay.
Is Maryland State Police here?
Maryland State Police is not at this site, but they're at their barrack. Okay. Like I said, we will follow up and release more information as we go through. I appreciate everyone's patience as we go through and we put the information together and get it out to you. So thank you.
Thank you.
And that's it, guys. That is it. So we learned absolutely nothing. That was that was very insightful. Okay. So guys, I do have another clip for you. I'm trying to get as much information as we can. Let's see if the community gives us some, the community of NBC give us some more information on the shooting.
And right now on News 4 at 6, 3 people killed in a mass shooting at a workplace in Maryland. I'm Leon Harris.
I'm Sean Yancey. It is a story we've been following since it first broke before 3 o'clock this afternoon. It began at a manufacturing business in Washington County, Maryland, and it makes the town of Smithsburg the latest community in a long list of places recently touched by gun violence.
Smithsburg is just over 60 miles north of the district, not far from Hagerstown. We've got team coverage for you tonight with Chopper 4 in the air and News 4's Darcy Spencer on the ground. Darcy kicks us our coverage right now at this point, this hour. Darcy, what have you learned?
Well, Lan, we just wrapped up with a press conference with the Washington County Sheriff's Office just a few minutes ago. If you can go ahead and roll some video while I'm providing this update. The Sheriff's Office is confirming information that we have been reporting, that a total of 4 victims were found there at that business, Columbia Machine, here in Smithsburg. They're not telling us exactly where these victims were found, whether they were inside or outside of that business, but they did receive the call right around 2:30 this afternoon for a report of an active shooter, and that's when they came here and found those victims. But the suspect in this case had left the scene here, and so a description was provided for that suspect, and he was later located about 5 miles away from here at a second scene where there was an exchange of gunfire between that suspect and a Maryland State Police trooper. Both of them were injured in that exchange of gunfire, but the suspect has in fact been taken into custody. We did ask a lot of questions here to try to get additional information about what this may have been about, what kind of guns may have been used, who in fact was injured, who this suspect is. Right now, we're not getting those questions answered. They say it's very early in this investigation, but again, 4 victims, 3 of them dead. The other victim, we're told, is in critical condition. The Washington County Sheriff's Office is investigating the initial scene. Maryland State Police, they're in charge of the second scene, and they're also getting help from the FBI and the ATF. Let's hear a little bit of what the spokesperson had to say.
Units immediately responded and located 4 victims, 3 of which were deceased at the scene. and one who was critically injured and transported. The suspect fled the scene prior to law enforcement's arrival. The description was quickly released to the additional responding units, and the vehicle was encountered by a Maryland State Police trooper. And that encounter happened in the area of Mapleville Road and Mount Etna Road. Gunshots were exchanged between the suspect and the trooper. Both were injured and transported for medical treatment.
So there's still a lot of work for authorities to do here to try to figure out what exactly happened, what motivated the shooter to go to this business at 2:30 in the afternoon, shoot those folks, take off, and then again be injured in exchange of gunfire. They're promising to give us additional updates later on this afternoon. We'll continue to follow it. Back to you.
Darcy Spencer. Thank you, Darcy.
Thank you, Darcy. Now let's get out to Chopper 4, which is at that second scene about 5.5 miles away from the workplace.
This is where the gunman got into that shootout with the Maryland State Police trooper, and they took the shooter down. Brett Freitas is in Chopper 4. Brad, explain your scene and what we're looking at right now.
Well, Sean, I think it's important to mention that this is on Mapleville Road, only about a mile north of Route 70, and that is the southbound lane headed towards Route 70 of Mapleville Road, where the state police officer...
Is that a Pontiac? I'm trying to figure out. Maybe we can identify the suspect by their vehicle.
...encountered that vehicle and engaged that shooter. Now you can see in the center of the screen there, that reddish vehicle has several bullet holes in the windshield, as well as broken glass next to the driver's side door. The gun that was seen near the double yellow line has since been removed. But again, this could have turned out much different if not for the quick response by law enforcement, as this vehicle was only about a mile from getting onto possibly Route 70. We could be dealing with a manhunt or at the very least some more injuries here. So that's the very latest from high above Hagerstown, Maryland. This is Brad Freitas reporting live from Chopper 4. Sean and Leon, back down to you.
All right, guys. So that's pretty much the last video that I could really find on this one. It's looking pretty hush-hush right now, but hopefully I can provide you guys provide you guys with more information later. But what we'll do is, guys, we'll go ahead and open up the chat. If y'all guys want to chime in here, I'm gonna end the current poll, and then I'm gonna ask another poll, guys. I'm gonna ask another poll, and I'm gonna ask who you guys think did this. Okay, so in the other poll, are there any solutions to the current state of the community? We got 73% of people saying their hashtag no solutions gang, and there are 26% of people saying yes, there's always hope. Okay, so we have a quarter of the people in this chat holding out hope, holding out faith that something is going to happen to where we can at least curb a lot of what's going on in the community. So, you know, we got some optimistic people out here, glass half full ideology. So that's good. But now the next poll is, who do you think committed this mass shooting? All right. All right. So we're gonna give you a few options here. We're gonna go Super Gremlin, Glider Gremlin. All right. Burrito Gremlin. All right. We got Rice Gremlins out here. And boom. All right. So you got 4 options. Let me know what you guys think, man. I'm interested to see from the information that we've had here. They're still holding the identity of the suspect away from us. So let me know what you guys think here. But I'm gonna share the link, and we are going to go to a brief intermission. Then we will come back. If you want to join the link, if you want to join the discussion, let me know. If not, we'll go ahead and end the live. I definitely wanted to bring you guys up to date. But shout out to John Gill with the $4.99 super trap. He says their solutions: build prisons, forget reforms, hold everyone accountable, no matter race. I'm leaning glider on this crime. Seems gliderish. All right, I definitely appreciate that perspective. Yeah, I definitely think that people need to be held accountable for their actions, and we need to stop softballing it and say, "Oh, well, he had mental issues, or he was a victim of this or a victim of that." No, you know what I'm saying? Specifically with violent crimes, if you're out here and you are hurting other people physically, and you got to get the fuck up on out of here, man. You do. Because, like I said in the last stream, the value of life in reality right now is so high. Like, what did Drake say? What a time to be alive. Like, this is a fucking amazing time to be alive. And I just feel like there are so many people out here in the community who, quite frankly, don't give a fuck. And maybe because they're upset with their lives and their situations, then you know, they go out and lash out at other people. Like I said, there's a lot of jealousy in the community. It's wild. But anyways, I will see if you guys want to join the discussion, join the chat. If not, then we'll go ahead and end it, but we'll take a brief intermission before I let people on to the stream.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here for these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo. Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit on.
That's that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
All right, guys. So we got Cootie and ID up in here. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to get you guys' perspective on this specific shooting. What do you think is going on here, man? Who do you think is behind this one?
I'll be honest. I think it's what do you guys call him? Like a light skin guy? What do you guys call a light skin guy again?
A sun glider?
Yeah, a sun glider. I think it's a sun glider. I think it's a light skin guy.
Oh
I
wow.
think it's a light skin guy.
So he think it's a light skinned nigga. Okay.
I got my
That's
money
different.
on the glider.
Yeah. You got we if you look at the poll, we got 79% say it's a glider. Yeah, man. Yeah, to me it does sound like a glider, worked in a factory, you know. A lot of these super gremlins are not doing these factory jobs, even though they're bountiful and available. But they ain't fucking with it. So I think he might be a disgruntled employee or something to that effect. But man, it's wild out here, man. It is wild out here. Oh shit, they done dropped off. I guess they just gave their 2 cents and dipped out. Well, yeah, man. I think we covered that as much as we could. I don't yeah, we already know it's a male shooter. But appreciate you, amigo Kandu. Yeah, we know it's a male shooter, but that's pretty much all they're giving us. Oh, he said he backstage. Oh, okay, my bad.
My bad. I had got kicked out my Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, yeah, man. What do you think on this situation?
Bro, it be seeming coordinated. It's too many of them happening within the same time period.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, bro, I think it's just, I think this is kind of, I definitely think it amped up this year, but I think it's been happening subtly and quietly for a while, and we just, almost were oblivious to it,
Yeah. If not coordinated, then possibly like maybe like drew inspiration from each
Yeah.
other, like maybe like once they seen one person do it, then it's like easier for them.
Yeah, like a chain reaction type thing. Yeah, I think that is definitely something that is going on, where people are just getting to the point where they like fuck it. Because if you guys don't know, we are in some pretty rough economic times, man. People are feeling the pressure, and these gas prices are they hitting people hard in the pockets, man. They hitting me hard in the pocket. They hitting everybody hard in the pockets, guys. And yeah, man, and I just think that I think that a lot of people were not ready for that. And if you're stressed about the finances on top of just your job, maybe he felt like he wasn't getting paid the amount that he should be paid. I don't know. Definitely don't justify what this dude did, but it's so much going on right now.
I'll be honest, man. I'll be honest.
Yeah, go ahead.
Some people could just push you at work and shit, and maybe that's what happened. And somebody probably pushed him at work to the extent where he couldn't take it no more.
Yeah. I wonder if he just went out, just start blaming, or he just shot 3 people specifically, because it looks like these 3 people may have been targeted.
Yeah, that's possible, because I remember at my job, I just started this job because I drive trucks, and they're telling me this guy, somebody got stabbed at my job just last year at work. So I could believe that's possible, man. These niggas bring weapons to work. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I remember when I used to work at Steak and Shake, if them motherfuckers on the grill didn't have they damn cigarette every couple hours, bro, they was grumpy, and they was definitely prone to violence, like smacking the damn spatula down too hard, or making arguments out of nothing. It's getting ugly.
And that's why you're never rude to anybody that handles your food. What's up, guys?
Yeah, that's real. What's good?
I saw this on Twitter. Smithsburg, Maryland. Never heard of it, but I don't know what the racial makeup is, but I'm swerving to that it's probably a white dude. It sounds like a small town, factory job. So it's kind of weird though, since highly likely it was a white guy, that they haven't revealed that, because any other time they'd be jumping all over it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I don't know.
Did you see the incident in Phoenix? The Phoenix incident?
Nah, I didn't see that.
There's the white girl in the cell phone store. Brother beat the crap out of her. Luckily she was alive and she got out running the store. It was in Phoenix. They caught the guy and everything.
She got beat up by her brother?
She got beat up by a brother, a black dude.
Oh, by a brother.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, I'll pull that one up. Let's see. I'll pull that one up. But let's look at the demographics of Smithsburg, Maryland. It is 89% white, 5.9% African American, 1.85% not or 2+ or non-Hispanic, so I guess that's mixed, and 1.52% Hispanic and Asian, or 1.21% Asian. Okay. So yeah, I mean, high likelihood that it was a glider. I'm thinking it was a glider, but I
Yep.
am very curious to why they haven't released the name of the shooter. But
Did he take his not to cut you off, I didn't see anything about did he take his own life or did the cops take him out?
nah, so he actually was shot by the cops, but he didn't get killed. Okay, so we have the identities of some of the victims here. Let me just take a swig before I read this. All right. Next. All right. So we have some of the victims here. All right. So it says police delivered an update identifying the victims and giving more information on the suspect in Thursday afternoon's mass shooting at a Smithburg's warehouse. And this is coming from WKBN 27. So let me just pull this up really quick. So it says officials confirmed that all 4 of the victims at the Columbia Machine warehouse and the suspect are employees at Columbia Manufacturing. They identified the victims as 50-year-old Mark Allen Frey, 31-year-old Charles Edward Minnick, and 30-year-old Joshua Robert Wallace. The injured man was 42-year-old Brandon Chase Michael. So, let's see. So I guess the shooter injured all 4 of them, or are they saying that Brandon Chase Michael was the shooter and he was injured by the police? It's kind of weird how they wrote it. But anyways, police said the suspect in custody at Meritus Medical Center and is a 23-year-old man from West Virginia. Okay. His name was not released as charges are still pending. Okay, so we don't have the suspect's name, but he is 23 years old. Young guy, man, young guy. They did not give any information on a possible motive. Police said that a semi-automatic handgun was used at the manufacturing facility in the altercation with state troopers. The injured officer is doing well. The suspect is still being treated. Police first found an injured person outside the business in a field. When they responded, the state trooper were on Route 66 heading toward the scene when they saw the suspect's vehicle and attempted to stop the car. The suspect immediately began shooting, and the officers returned fire. That's what they should have did in Uvalde. Oh man, but yeah. So that's it, guys. We got the victims, but we do not have the suspect's name. So R.I.P. to those victims. And then speedy recovery to Brandon Chase Michael, who was injured in this shooting.
I mean, if you're right, if your job is that bad, just fucking. If your job is that really bad, just fucking quit. You know, it's real simple.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You hate your boss, you hate your coworkers, just fucking leave.
Right. So the next story, guys, we have brought to you by RW. Appreciate the recommendation, RW, on this story. We have a woman who was assaulted at a cell phone store in Phoenix, Arizona by a brother. And we are going to listen to exactly what happened, man. This one it's pretty gruesome.
Valley man is behind bars tonight after a brutal attack on a cell phone store worker, and it was his own mother who turned him in.
Tonight, we are hearing from the victim who said.
So we have been seeing that. We have been seeing that recently, where the mothers are turning in their super gremlins on demon time. So I do say, sisters, come get y'all kids, and some of these sisters is coming and getting their kids. So shout out to the sister who turned this man in. No excuses for him. She probably been tired of his shit. Okay, he probably drove her to the edge, and that's why she doing this.
Says that she was scared for her life. And Fox 10's Stephanie Bennett is live with her incredible story, Stephanie, of survival. Again, this video is so hard to watch.
Yeah, it is such a heartbreaking story. Maria Coronado says she saw the suspect watching her periodically throughout the day. When she was alone in the store, that's when he came in and allegedly attacked her, all caught on.
Wow, that kind of reminds me of the Brianna Kupfer situation in
LA. Exactly.
He's stalking her and then catches her slipping when the store is empty.
Yeah,
You
why are
know?
they leaving these girls alone too in these stores? You know.
I mean, because they're strong and independent, I guess.
Buddy, they're in a store, man. What do you want them to do? Follow them? Hey, they're
Have
in a
some
store
security or some
shopping.
shit, I guess. I don't know. The stores ain't making enough money to, like, every store can't afford security.
guess.
That's some real shit.
Yeah, they have one security at the
Well, I mean, at
entrance.
least another employee, a second employee, at least, you know,
Yeah, a male employee or some shit, but
male employee.
They moved the leg trying to get that DA out of San Fran, though.
well, yeah, I did hear that. Hopefully they do, man.
They already did.
Oh, they did? Okay. That's crazy. Well, I mean, can the replacement be any worse? Who knows?
Be hard to watch some of these video clips, but she says what bothers her the most is that this may have been prevented.
Oh, shit. God damn.
You could just hear me screaming. It just breaks my heart that.
Damn, he just straight stole off on her. Hold on.
Is that this may have been prevented.
Yep.
Ooh, come here. Damn.
You could just hear me screaming. It just breaks my heart that no matter what I did, I pled with him. Like I even told him like I was pregnant just to see if maybe with that he would stop.
Damn, she tried to cap on the pregnancy, man. These niggas don't give a fuck.
That's foul, bro.
God damn, she tried to hit him with the I'm pregnant. That nigga kept beating her ass.
You didn't know her at all? You just beat her up?
That was smart though on her part. That was smart to say that.
And he didn't. He just kept on going and going and going.
Maria Coronado recalls the terrifying night she was attacked at the Cricket Wireless store off 43rd Avenue and Bethany Home Road. Police say that's 33-year-old Michael Cook caught on a security camera.
Damn, and he just walked out just like that. Woo! Sheesh.
Assaulted.
Yeah, allegedly he's on. He didn't take his med for schizophrenia.
So he on some. He got a real mental illness excuse.
That nigga a liar, man.
That's what they're saying.
Man, hey, honestly though, like, I mean, I don't know how the courts are in Phoenix, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's already out right now.
A lot of these niggas mad they ain't getting pussy, man. That's what they be doing.
Yeah, that is true.
I bet she wished she was carrying though.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
In that instance.
Big facts, man. I mean, a lot of these women have never really been through a situation where they actually had to defend themselves. And, you know, it shows when you get to talking with them and asking them about their political views. And then, you know, you bring up stories like this and they think it can't happen to them, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's really lucky she didn't get her brain stomped out.
Oh, yeah.
From my eyebrow to my nose.
Oof.
I have like 2 fractured nose bones, and obviously my face has a lot of trauma to it.
She tells Fox 10 that Cook was a regular customer. She was working alone and saw Cook looking inside the store several times before the attack. She was afraid he would kill her if she fought back.
It was evil. He knew what he was doing. This was premeditated. He came.
Well, apparently he didn't know, okay, because he was off his meds. So in the courts, I'm just telling you, in the courts, they gonna give him that mental illness excuse.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up.
That nigga tried probably holla bare times and couldn't get the number.
Yeah. Because she said she knew him and shit. Yeah, he definitely tried to holler.
Know these niggas, man. That's how these guys are.
Yep. He definitely tried to holler. Hey, ma'am, you know what I'm saying? Paid a $45 Cricket unlimited plan type shit. You know, every month come in there. And she wasn't going.
Like 4 times the whole day, just seeing if there was customers, if I was alone. On Wednesday, he literally told the manager, "I'm going to come back and kill you."
Damn.
Managed to run away.
Well, she should have acted upon that then.
Oh yeah, man. She should have. Hey, next day,
You
boom. I'm
showed up?
pulling.
Like I wouldn't even showed up.
I'm buying a strap. Exactly. I would have told her, but nah. Don't walk past that damn door. Honestly.
Business. Cook was arrested a few days later. Coronado claims no one called police about his prior threats.
If they would have said something, they probably would have caught him, and this wouldn't have happened.
The suspect's mother told police he hadn't been taking his schizophrenia medication. According to police paperwork, when Cook heard voices in his head telling him to kill himself, he took his anger out on Coronado.
That's bullshit. He should have just took it out on himself. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? How he gonna hear voices in his head to kill himself and then he try and kill another person? What? That shit don't make no damn sense.
Paperwork shows he admitted to stealing 3 phones and selling 2 of them for fentanyl and meth.
I don't want to go back. It's just scary. Like we can't be alone. Like
Well, you heard her. She said we can't be alone. I bet she wish she had a man to help defend her in that situation, man. And I'm sure she was probably a modern woman out here with that type of mindset, but this definitely is a situation that most likely changed her mind. Yeah, it's a wake-up call. She might have a boyfriend now. Shit. Yeah, I mean. And her face isn't really that. I mean, she got fucked up, no doubt, but she could come back from this, definitely. But these motherfuckers is ruthless out here, man. These niggas are not playing. The way he was stomping her head into the ground, like, I think he thought that shit was gonna burst just by like how hard he was stomping that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we did reach out to Cricket Wireless for a statement late tonight, but have not heard back yet. For now, Coronado says that she has a GoFundMe set up to help pay for some of her medical expenses. We're going to have a link to that on our website at fox10phoenix.com. Guys, back to you.
Dave.
And guys, the reason why Cricket Wireless did not reach back out to them is not because they don't care. It's just because they don't have service. Okay, so. No, I'm just kidding. That was a Cricket joke. I don't know if you guys ever been on Cricket, but they barely have service. I know, even though they say that it's connected to Verizon or AT&T or some shit, they never have service.
I'm from Canada, man.
I'm Metro piece of shit.
No Cricket.
All right, so we got another perspective from another news source. So let's see what they talk about.
Developing now a violent attack on an employee at a cell phone store, all caught on camera, and Phoenix police have now arrested the man who they say can be seen here brutally attacking that young woman. Police say he stole some phones and cash as well.
Yeah, it happened Saturday near 43rd Avenue in Bethany home. And a warning, the video you're about to see is pretty tough to watch. Alexis Dominguez in studio, you talked with a woman who helped that victim right after that brutal attack.
I did, Jared. Nicole, as you can imagine, she's shaken up too. She says she actually heard the screams from the store next door. And as she was dialing 911, the victim ran in asking for help. Now, again, we do want to warn you that this video is extremely graphic.
Damn.
What started as a seemingly normal interaction at this Cricket Wireless store quickly turned into a violent attack on an employee. Graciela Cejudo works at the store directly next door and heard these same screams.
Se escuchaban los gritos de la muchacha, la verdad, fueron muy...
You could hear the girl screaming. The truth is, it was very, very loud, and I stopped and grabbed the phone.
As she was dialing 911, she says the victim ran inside the store she works at.
I was in shock. I didn't know what to do. She said, just lock the door and call the police, and I grabbed the keys quick as I could. There was a customer coming, so I quickly locked it.
After the attack, the man went to the back of the store and stole phones and cash.
It was a very traumatic thing for me because I was looking and saw all the blood. Her face was full of blood.
Cejudo believes the suspect attacked the victim because there weren't any cars in the parking lot. Thankfully, the store Cejudo works at has protective glass and a locked door between her and the customers. But now she feels it isn't enough.
I don't feel totally safe because I don't know what these people are capable of doing.
Damn.
And so far, police have not released the name of the suspect or...
Wait, what does she mean by these people? Oh, man. Ooh, what the fuck is going on?
She called 911. She can't even speak English.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah, imagine again. For English, press 1. Para español, marque número 2. Yeah.
Man, but yeah, I mean they pulling up to random stores and just putting in work.
It's
We actually
indiscriminate.
have. You said what now?
No, I was saying this is indiscriminate.
Yeah. We got the family actually speaking up about it. So let's see what they talking about.
Point for his brother.
Either you figure out a better decision from how you live, or you go just end up in there for the rest of your life.
Oh, I guess that was it. Oh no, he had some more points throughout the video. Hold on, I'm gonna have to start this one over.
More about the suspect behind that brutal attack at a cell phone store. We first showed you part of the video Phoenix police released yesterday.
It was reportedly his own sister-in-law and mother who turned him in. Amy Cutler following up on this story tonight. And Amy, you spoke with the suspect's brother?
I did, and the brother tells me that the suspect suffers from paranoid schizophrenia and has for years. That's why he is not surprised to learn of this attack. They say that they have tried to get him help, but it just hasn't worked. We want to warn you, the video you're about to see is disturbing.
This is part of that disturbing video. The suspect, now identified as 33-year-old Michael Cook, brutally attacks a Cricket Wireless employee. It happened Saturday evening in the store near 43rd Avenue and Bethany Home Road.
You could have killed her.
Michael Cook's brother, Malik Cook, says it was hard to watch. Court documents show that Michael strikes victim approximately 13 times in the head and face, then stomps on the victim's head and kicks her. The victim ended up with a broken nose and needed stitches.
We couldn't even sleep all night, really.
After Phoenix police released that video, Michael's sister-in-law reportedly recognized him and called authorities. Court documents show investigators then contacted his mother, who helped officers track him down.
They say it's schizophrenia. He take pills.
Damn, what the hell happened to my man's face? Did his brother scratch him? You see that shit? It looked like his shit scratched up.
Yeah, no.
Shit crazy.
Pills. And it's like he don't take his pills. He's a druggie. We've been trying to get him help. He doesn't take it. And then, when we hope he is outside, he doesn't go and abuse people.
Malik lives with his mother and two uncles. He says Michael is no longer allowed in their home.
When you see my mom got that cut right here, she got a whole cut. Tore her mouth up with a phone.
Damn, this nigga threw a phone at his own mama. Yeah, I mean, he gonna kill somebody. I'm telling you right now, he's probably out right now, and he gonna kill somebody within the next 6 months, straight up.
I see
Well,
this a lot
if the fentanyl doesn't get him first.
I see this a lot happening. The guys with like some mental problems, they be doing a lot of fentanyl and drugs.
Yeah.
They be out on the streets, like because the mom can't take care of them anymore. I see a lot even in Toronto.
Whoever his plug is, he need to give him an overdose supply. Goddamn, he need to lace that bitch to the maximum. Do the community a favor, goddamn.
Following that assault, Michael stole several items from the store along with cash. The victim managing to get away and run to a neighboring business to call for help. Court documents show when investigators interviewed Michael, he admitted to the attack, saying he was mad about the voices in his head. Malik hoping this is a turning point for his brother.
Either you figure out a better decision from how you live, or you go just end up in there for the rest of your life.
Michael Cook is now charged with kidnapping, assault, robbery, and criminal trespassing. Store employees telling police that they recognized Cook as a transient in the area, but they never expected anything like this. Live in Phoenix, Amy Cutler, Arizona's Family.
So there you have it, man.
Need to reopen the mental institutions again.
Right, exactly. Like shit. They ain't playing, bro. They are not playing. But anyways, guys, it has been a great stream. I'm gonna go ahead and conclude it, but I will remind you guys of the channel, the new channel, BGZM News 17. Make sure you guys go subscribe to BGZM News 17. Also, We have the merch in the description box. It's the last link in the description box. So guys and gals merch, go buy one. It's only like $30, $35, something like that. So I know it's a recession, guys. So you don't have to, but if you want to show the support and push the message, then go ahead and purchase the merch. What I will require of everybody watching this stream, though, is to go ahead and sub to the BGZM News 17 channel. We have 47 subs so far, and we need 50. We got 85 in the building, so make sure you guys go sub to that channel. But with that being said, I appreciate everybody who joined the panel. Do you guys have any last words?
Well, I think I've never seen any more mayhem and like mass shootings in my lifetime. Like, you know, especially I think it's during like, this is probably for it being the worst administration. So it's just like it's like a Pandora's box was opened up, and it's like everything's just continuously gets worse. And it's like it's during this administration. We didn't have as many mass shootings when Trump was in office. Of course, we had them, but it's like, look at it now.
Exact, man. Looking back at when Trump was in office before the CV, damn near like greatest time. I ain't gonna lie, like so far of my life. I'm 27, but when that man was in office, financially eaten, okay, emotionally, like when it comes to relationships, Trump was lit. I ain't gonna lie.
He just put out mean tweets. That's all.
Right. I ain't gonna lie. I was thriving when Trump was in office. And this motherfucker got in office, man, he done fucked up all the prices.
Oh, man.
What up? What'd you say, Cootie?
I would say when Trump got elected at my school, I remember I was in 7th grade, but I was at an academic center. So it was like a high school. And basically the teachers, they had to have like a meeting. It was like a what is it called? Like basically everybody got in the classroom and started crying and stuff. Like I remember it was like, what the hell? I'm like, cause he won a presidency, cause Hillary didn't win, we finna do this. I'm like,
right.
That don't seem right. Like, man, it was like I remember people was crying. People was like, oh, I want to move to
Canada. Exactly.
But it was
nobody
fun after
leave.
that. Like, bro, it was cool.
And that's the funny part. Everybody was saying they were gonna leave. They're gonna leave. Ain't nobody leave because why? They was getting too much fucking money. It was getting too much money to leave. Man. That's a reality. Trump made it lit. But anyways, with that being said, guys, I appreciate everybody who joined the panel. Shout out to Cootie, shout out to ID, and shout out to RW. Appreciate you guys. We're gonna go ahead and get y'all up out of here. And if you guys want to see more, I am joining on Axe Stream. I'm joining up on Axe Stream at 10 o'clock for a little bit, probably not too late, but I'll be there for a little bit. Because I love these discussions. I love talking about this stuff because I really think that it's underreported. And I will come with an update, maybe in a community post of who did the mass shooting at this Maryland manufacturing plant. It's going to be very interesting to see who this 23-year-old gremlin is. But without further ado, guys, we are going to go ahead and end the stream. Appreciate everybody who's coming out here. You already know what it is. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. And we are going to send it to Jen Quavius to take us away.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting
just took place. Excuse me. I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo!
Whoa.
Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit
That's
on.
that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.